And I think it's back to our risk and reward thing. Struggle, strife. It is the hardest thing I've personally done. It's also the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I think that is logical, and it makes direct proportion. The more you suffer, the more fruit there is. It's a wild paradox. Can you explain it at all? Have you thought through this at your late nights up in the middle, 2, 3, 4 a.m. holding the crying baby? Why is that the case? Why does struggle correlate so directly to fulfillment?
Things that cost more usually have a lot more value, either because of the sacrifice that it took to get them, monetary, time, pain that was suffered. You're going to remember it more. It's going to mean more. And I think that corollary is true in relationships, there's a lot of relationships that I was a part of at some point where they just weren't willing to put in the pain to take it to the next level. The author, Scott Peck, wrote a book called The Road Less Traveled.
Oh, of course.
And he talks about the four stages of community, or 4 stages of relationship. And the first one is pseudo community, right? That it's, we're all doing this because we're associated with a certain thing. Like we all like the Rangers, we all like the New York Yankees, whatever it might be, right? But then we go into this chaos mode where all of a sudden it's like, wait, but they voted for somebody different than me. I thought we were friends, and it's like, well, we were friends because your kids went to the same school. And then after the chaos mode, you go into like despair, right? You're just like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. But true community comes out on the other side of that, right? When you've gone through the despair and you're like, I picked that person anyway. Like, I don't care. Like there's certain things that like are non-negotiables for me, but you come out on the other side and you're like, I'm still going to do life with that person. And I think that some people just, at a certain point they stop growing, a certain point they stop thinking about what it would look like to dive in and try something hard. And they just kind of like shut off, and you just kind of got to keep going. You can't walk their path for them. And if they're good with where they are, but you're going to keep trudging, you got to leave some people behind.
Man. All right. Final question. There was a moment in the conversation when you were doing executive coaching and you were about to leap to your big 10-year question with stretch.
Yeah.
But life was good. And I wrote an article a while back called The Art of Staying Put. Like sometimes there's value in not moving forward. There's value in just appreciating all the benefits of being where you're at, being a master of what you're doing, and just soaking up the moment, being aware of the moment and soaking it up instead of constantly grasping for more. So with that in mind, are you fulfilled? Was that the right move? And then I've got a couple follow-ups.
Boat is safest in the harbor, but that's not what a boat was created to do.
Yo.
Every now and then, it's good to pull into port. It's good to scrub the barnacles off the bottom. It's good to stock up on rations. But then it's good to keep moving and to think about what the next destination you have is. And I am somebody who will probably always keep moving, which is why I had those non-negotiables to make sure that if I did leave the harbor, I was headed to the right next location. But that's the opportunity, is to never stop being curious, is to never stop growing. And I think that it's the thing that I would, if I can encourage anybody to find their path, it's to take the little bit of risk today. Find one thing that you don't know it's going to work out. Like ask for a free muffin at the gas station when you check out, just see what they say. Like the worst they can say is no. But like just the chance of being rejected for that thing is like, it's a little bit exhilarating, and you never know. They might give it to you and might be like, oh my gosh, what else could I ask for? And I think that people don't ask enough from themselves, and they don't ask enough from life. And C.S. Lewis, he wrote that the Lord does not think that our desires are too strong. He thinks that they're too weak. We're children playing in mud pies in the city when a beach vacation is awaiting us at the shore.
I've read that line from CS so many times, and I have shivers right now just thinking of it. It is so true. A boat is safest in the harbor, but that is not what a boat was made to do.